This video is going to talk about the menu structure. Basically, how do we order, update, and add items to your menu. You can actually, in fact, on this with the WordPress platform, create multiple menus. I want to try to cover that as much as possible. And throughout other videos, I will at times revert back to the menu and another section for your sidebar, specifically ways to create multiple menus. Now, first thing you may have noticed through the video, or maybe by clicking through, that, if I click this, it's not loading. Oh, it's broken. It's not working. But it is working. And I'm going to show you exactly how to do this. So let's go to the back end. Let's go to Appearance. So Appearance, Menus. And then we're going to see here is a bunch of menus. And you'll see Custom Menu at the top, Custom, Custom, a bunch of pages, Custom, 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 Custom. Okay, so first thing I want to point out is you'll see this tab says Header Menu. And if I click this, that says Quick Links Menu. So you have a way to make multiple menus. And if, for example, if I click this Add Menu button, I can create a new menu. Charlie's menu. Oh, I've done this before, I guess. Just click Create. Now I have a menu for Charlie. Okay, and to edit each specific menu, you just pretty much click the tab and then work within it. Okay. So let's get this out of here. Delete this thing. Alright, so now basically how the system works is it's just a drag and drop ordering. And for instance, I'll show you is right now we have the consulting, and if I look at the front end, and that's my drop down, so we'll see if I roll over this, I got a drop down. So we got the About page, right? Consulting, that's the parent, here's the children, here's the About page. So I can, just drag and drop. I can rearrange this thing. Rearrange, and all I gotta do is drag and drop. That's it. Save it. So I come back here and refresh this thing. What'll happen is you'll see it's reordered. So that's the first thing, is we can just sit there and drag and drop and reorder all day long. Really easy. Next thing is these are custom, which is basically a custom is a way for you to manually enter in a link. And first, we usually do this for custom for the home page. So you got to tell WordPress or the site or whatever the menu structure, where is it going to. So you need to do a custom link for that. As well as maybe you want to make a custom link that's going to link to google.com or tech.com or CNN or whatever you're going to externally link it to. This is where you would do that. You would paste in your URL and then paste in your name of the actual, the navigation label, home page or outside link, or whatever you're calling it. Okay, so that's the first thing. Next is these other custom we want to get rid of, but what you'll see is maybe you have a drop down that you don't want people to click on it. All right, and that's why that's done. So they'll have a drop down, and we don't want anybody clicking consulting. This one though, let me open this up. I would just do this. So just the pound sign. That was a mistake having it in there with the actual HTTP thing. So these menus you're clicking on, like, oh, these don't work. They're loading a bad page. No, it's just a URL's in there. It doesn't really link anywhere. It's just kind of a demo set. This whole thing will have to be reset. But if I refresh that one that I just took out the HTTP thing and added the number sign, you'll see nothing happen. So that's great for drop downs when you don't want the main parent to not do anything, to not go anywhere. I know that's kind of confusing, but that's why that's there. But the main idea is what we do is we drag over, or I should say add, pages to the menu. So you'll see all these pages, and this is pretty much all the pages we've made for the site. And to get them over here, we just come to our pages section and we check the one we want to add, and then click Add to Menu. So for instance, About. Click Add to Menu. It'll be at the bottom. It always goes at the bottom. And now I just drag it to where I want it. Where I want it in this. I'll put it up here. So now it's under Home. Go in here and refresh. And then we are, there's About. And that's it. So to remove one, Let's see, get rid of this one. This is a custom, remove. Come back up here to about, just like that, remove. And if you open these boxes, you can also do a couple things. You can rename it if you want to, because it tells you what the original one is. So maybe you made the page and you called it consulting, but maybe you want to change it to something else. You can do that right here. And there's another section I'm going to go over. It's going to cover pages. I like to do the menus first. And basically what happens is when you make a page, when you create a page, that page will not show up on the site until you add it to the menu. So I like to go over the menu first and then go show you pages and then come back to menus and say, hey, by the way, you need to add this into your menu section. So I know maybe a little confusing, but it's quite easy. Once you've made your page or your section, you check it, you click add, and then you arrange it in the order that you want. And to do a drop-down menu, all you need to do is make it indent it. So like this consulting this is the parent. When you drag it up, you just make sure it's indented, and you can easily see the little dots. See the dots? And if I move it over, how they change position, it kind of lets you know where it's going to be. And what that does is create a drop-down. Really easy. Alright, that'll do it for menus.